What's up, y'all? If I don't die, it's your boy Rebel Rider here in my wonderful garage. I am somewhat coming back, and it's not gonna be for a few riding videos and stuff unless someone lets me borrow their bike, one of my brothers or something. But no, I have a different plan for you guys. I've been working on motorcycles since I was a little kid. I've been riding since I was 4, and I guess you could say I would like to show you guys how to properly work on a motorcycle, or at least close to properly. I'm not 100%, seasoned vet works at a fucking motorcycle shop, but I have built from top to bottom cars. I've helped build from top to bottom motorcycles. So I think I have a little bit of areas of expertise on how to do things. So I bought a bike on a budget. I found a bike, not running, actually by one of my friends. He posted it on Facebook for $200. So went, looked at it. It's really nice. And so I went and snagged it up. And so far, I have bought oil for it, new spark plugs, rear gear oil, which I'll explain to you why I have that in a second, and a new oil filter. That is just for starters. So I have a budget build set at $1,500 because the bike I bought in fair condition, which it is, goes for no more than like $1,530. And in excellent condition, like showroom, beautiful, perfect condition, it goes for like $2,700, $2,800. So I'm not going to try and push it to that because I don't make that much in a year to be able to do that. And YouTube don't pay me nothing. I work a full-time job 6 days a week building boats. And so, yeah, I don't have the money to build a $3,000 bike like that. And I don't have a Patreon or none of that stuff to help me out. So this right here will be strictly all my money and all that good stuff. I'm not giving it away at the end or whatnot. Unless someone on here wants to buy it for what I put into it at least. So, without further ado, I'm going to show you the bike I built. Or I'm building. It is a 1990 Suzuki 1990 Suzuki VX800. As you can see, it is a V-twin. I'm not very familiar with V-twins, except for I've worked on a couple Harleys, done some work on some Harleys and stuff. And so I kind of have a concept of how they're supposed to work, but it's a little bit of a gray area field for me because you guys know I'm a sport bike guy. But it's going to be a learning curve and whatnot, and we'll see. And it is also shaft drive. Now, if anyone doesn't know what shaft drive is essentially like a rear-wheel drive car or truck. And there's gears in the rear that is driven by a shaft that comes off the transmission, off the motor. And they're not my ideal way of getting power to the ground, but I found a conversion kit for this to make it a chain, and it's expensive, and for what this bike's worth, it's not worth it. So yeah, it's gonna stay shaft drive, but I'm gonna learn how to work on them. I'm gonna learn how to do them. But let's go over some of the things I have already found that is a issue. First issue was first thing I found was the tank. The tank is old. The bike has not been titled since 2004. And in that process, I guess it's sat out, it's been rained on and stuff. So the tank is pretty rusted. If you can see that, I don't like that. So I might have to either replace the tank or take it to a local shop that I've found out could possibly fix that and coat it and make it all good again. The other thing was the rear brakes were seized up. It was damn near impossible to move by yourself. And especially for someone as broken as me, with, you know, broken wrist and broken foot and pins and all that shit in me. The rear brake was bad. And when I took it apart, it kind of baffled me about, you know, what was wrong with it. First, the pads were ground down damn near to nothing. And then when I took the rear caliper apart, it's a two-piece caliper, or as you would say, an opposed piston caliper. This caliper here, not this one, but is in reference to that one. That one right there was sticking. This one right here pushed back. I pushed the piston back very easily. This one, on the other hand, was kind of a pain in the ass too, and I was wondering why. And so I did a little digging, and I have two options. Either one, rebuild this entire brake system, minus the master cylinder, because master cylinder is fine. I can spray some brake cleaner down in there, push some fresh brake fluid through it, and clean it up, and it will still work. And then we have the issue of the brake line. The brake line was absolutely atrocious. It is gunked up with a milky substance. It's bad. And it was only towards the caliper side. It was nothing towards the master cylinder side. So I might have to rebuild the rear brake system, which isn't nothing. Another issue I found is the bar here is bent. I'm assuming it was dropped at one point. You can see, you know, rust on the ends here. I mean, I'm not too worried about it. I don't care, because this bike's gonna get gone over a little bit. So, I mean, that's kind of like the project, guys. I mean, I set a budget at $1,500 because that's what the bike would be worth in fair condition if it was running and riding. So if I go over that, I would probably finish the build and sell it for what I got in it. But if I don't have any other issues and stuff and keep under my budget, I'm gonna, you know, get the bike running and riding again. I've already disassembled it. As you can see, the exhaust is off, battery box is out, the exhaust, well, I just said exhaust is off, rear brake system is completely off, there's nothing there. Tank's off, seats off, fairings are off. I have my little board over there to help me, you know, try to stay on track. But yeah, guys, I mean, I guess this is as good a comeback video as it can be, because you guys get to see someone actually build a bike that knows what they're doing. Now, this isn't a stab at nobody or nothing about that, because I watch Chase's series, because I love that series. I watch Jared Campese's, Campese, whatever his name is. I watch his series on his Panigale and all that stuff. I watch all those series. It's pretty cool. But sometimes, you know, I guess you could say I'm stealing the idea or borrowing the idea, because I found this bike and just thought, you know, hey, I could fix this thing up and get her running, get her good. And so that is the plan. You know, limit of $1,500. That includes the cost of the bike. So for $200, I have $1,300 left to play with to get this bike up and running and good. And that will include half the cost of the tires, because the tires are absolutely atrocious. They're gone. The tires are absolutely gone. I think these tires have been on this bike since fucking early 2000s. So, you know, whatever the tires cost, half the cost of tires is going towards the cost of the build. So if it's $400 for a new set of tires, then it's $200 going on to the build. So, I mean, I guess that is what it is. We will see how much it's going to take to rebuild, but I don't think it's going to cost much, because most of the parts are pretty cheap, and there's a local, junkyard for old bikes that might have something similar to this. So we'll see. But yeah, guys, we're gonna build this bike together, and I hope you guys enjoy the series and whatnot. And at the end, I hope this right here will be a beautiful running and riding bike. And I hope you guys will join me for the ride. No pun intended. But I hope you guys enjoy it. And if you guys like this video, leave a like, leave a comment. Give me some criticism, guys. I love it. And you guys know it. I love you. You guys have a good time. Have a good day.